Well, hello, it's Wednesday, so it must be time for Woolly Hats Wednesday WIP. And I've had to move the camera because it's so sunny here in the champagne room that it was spoiling the old video. Anyway, I hope you're having a good week. In terms of my knitting and crochet, I've had quite a few bits and bobs week, I think it is, musing up bits and doing projects here and there. We had some guests with us over the weekend, which included two small boys, one who is 5 and one who's 2.5. So I thought if I'm going to do some knitting or crochet, it needs to be fairly simple so I can put it down quickly to avert any disasters or give them attention that they need. So what I did was I found some wool in my stash box. So this lovely merino aran yarn from Mothy and the Squid. The colourway is called Horse Chestnut, and I have actually made some socks in her sock yarn. So I thought this would go really nicely, and what I'm doing is I'm making a hat. So it's a very simple hat. It's just a rib hat. You can see knit 2, purl 2, and it's going to be quite long so that you can put a little thing on there. Yeah. So I've nearly finished it. So that'll be nice for the winter, and keep my head nice and warm. So that's a nice simple thing to do, and doesn't take too much thinking. Sorry, my hair's all in a mess. The shaping at the top is very simple. It's just purling 2 together, knitting 2 together. And goes very quickly. So that was my simple project for being alert and having to sort out any problems, which we didn't have. They were lovely guests. What else I've been doing? Well, you'll be pleased to know that I have finished both of my socks. And again, this is Mothy and the Squid yarn. I do love it. So this is, I think it's called Spring Meadow, the colourway, and it's merino and silk. So I'm going to use this for when I'm wearing my slippers. And there we are. So I've put these on these handy little things. And you think, well, why is she doing that? So they can block them. So some people block them on the feet. So blocking just means making sure that they're flat. In the olden days, you might iron them, but you don't want to do that with silk and merino, do you? No, you don't want to iron. So the idea is you dampen it, and then you stick them on these, and then it sort of sorts itself out. So if it's scrunched up anywhere or whatever, it becomes unscrunched and they become nice. And it's a nice thing to do if you're giving socks as presents to people, because they do look nice when you've done that. So I shall soon be taking them off here and wearing them perhaps tonight, after I've come back from Pilates and had a shower and snuggled down in front of the telly with Mr. W, of course. So that's my socks, a big tick there. I've also been having a go at, because I've got lots of sock yarn, as you know, and I've got lots of bits of sock yarn left, and I was wondering how to use it, because in a normal ball of wool for socks you can get 3 socks, which is useful if you've got 3 legs, but if you've only got 2, you're always ending up with enough wool for 1 sock. So you could buy 2 balls, but then you end up having to make 3 sets of socks all the same colour, which I like to use different things and have a different challenge. So what I've done, and I did try this earlier, I've done it 3 times now. I think I'm happy with what I've got now. So this is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, which is Blueface Leicester. And then this is the Yarn Badger. And this is also the Yarn Badger. I've just dropped a needle on the floor. I shall rescue that later. They are self-striping balls of sock yarn. And you can see there's enough to do another sock, but I don't want one sock that colour and one sock the other. So I wanted a bit of harmony. So what I'm doing is a technique called, and I've just lost the needle in here, but I'll show you it anyway. It's called helical knitting. So when you're going around in circular knitting with your double pointed needles or your circular things, you get sometimes when you're changing colour a thing called a jog. Whereas this technique means you just go round in a helix all the way up. So that's what I'm doing. So as you can see, I've got some of the purpley one and some of the orangey one coming through in between the mauve purple one. So I shall see how that develops, and it will give a completely different look to the original balls of wool, but hopefully it'll be quite nice because it is lovely sock yarn. So there you go. So that's what I've been doing. I've still got my crochet sunflower blanket. I might bring that out this week. I don't know. It depends. And I'm also finishing off my fair isle jumper. So I've gone quite a long way up the back now. So I might be able to show you some progress next week. That'll be exciting, won't it? So what else have I been? Oh yes, I went to Tarpley and in the rain last week. I thought I wasn't going to get back, but I did, thankfully. But there were some very big puddles of puddles of water. But anyway, I went to Tarpley for an errand, and I popped into the wool shop there. There's a nice little wool shop. I think it's called Stitching Time, and she sells lots of Rowan yarn and West Yorkshire spinners, so it's quite yummy. So I didn't buy any wool. However, I did buy the latest Rowan magazine, and which is lovely, because Rowan magazines are lovely. I know that they, you know, I think it's £14 or something, and you think, oh, I know you're looking at one of those, but they're such lovely things, and they have some lovely designs in. So there's Martin's story in here, and Lisa Richardson, and other things as well. So I've been sitting down with a cup of coffee and going, oh, that's nice, that's nice. Anyway, so a couple of things popped out. Where are we here? So you might remember in Paris Castle, Kay Fassett did an exhibition, but he's got a couple of designs in. So there you go. I mean, that's classic Kay Fassett. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I did actually knit one of his jumpers, and it took me forever. And I didn't use the Rowan wool, but I did use lots of different wool. It had something like 10 different shades of wool or something. But it is lovely. But I mean, that is gorgeous, but I'm not sure I'm going to knit it. Mr. W, however, said that he thought this one was very me. There you go. I don't really see that one. So if Mr. W thinks it's me, I might have to go and knit it. We'll have to see. So this is by Chloe Thurlow. I've not knitted anything from her, but she's also got a nice one there, which is using a fair isle technique as well. So obviously she liked her green. So I might have to have a think about that. But I think I really do need to finish some of my projects. So, you know, if you count them, just the ones I've shown you today, we've got the socks, we've got the hats, we've got the jumper. I've actually got a crochet project and a crochet blanket. So I might have to finish a few off before I'm allowed to buy some more yarn. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? So there we go. So that is me for this week. I think today we're going into town this afternoon. It's a nice bit of sunshine. The mist is clearing. And I might do a bit of knitting or crochet this evening. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye for now.